So there's always a lot of talk about what the hardest AP exam is, and people will usually speak from their experience, particularly regarding the class itself, although they very rarely consider the exam. So that's what I'd like to talk to you guys about today. You see, item response theory, which is a way of thinking about test items and tests as a whole, tells us that the difficulty of an item or a task is the ability level one has to be at to have a 50% chance of passing. So let's say I gave you a vocabulary question and I scored you 1 or 0 depending on if you passed it or not. 1 being pass, 0 being fail. The difficulty level would be the IQ or vocabulary size you would need to have about a 50% chance of being able to define that word. You see, College Board actually gives us this data. They have AP exam and SAT score expectancy tables, which tell you your probability of passing an AP exam given a certain SAT score. Now, what we're interested in is that 50% mark. You see, AP exams are getting a 3 or higher is passing. So we use the probability of getting a 3 higher at different SAT scores. And if we look at the SAT score for 50% across every exam, the one with the highest SAT score required to have a 50% chance of passing is a 1390 from AP Physics C, Electricity and Magnetism. You see, the content isn't necessarily super challenging to understand in its base form. However, the exam is very difficult because the content is difficult to apply. And coincidentally enough, some exams that people often think of as hard are very easy in a psychometric or item response theory sense, with AP US history being on the very low end of exam difficulties, and AP computer science principles being fairly high. Now, there is the question of differential item functioning. However, that's a topic for another video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.